he slams his heels to the floor, stands up, goes to the mirror over the fireplace, and reapplies lipstick. He runs his fingers through his hair and wishes he had somewhere to go for a trim. He could let Saeed Hussein have a go at it, but the last time they did that, Mary's hair was a mess. Mary looks at Saeed Hussein in the mirror. Saeed Hussein is concentrating on one of the magazines that had been brought up for him. For a while, Saeed Hussein had tried to ration himself, but he has no restraint when it comes right down to it and devours them cover to cover as fast as he can. The hair will have to do for now. Mary walks to the chair where their coats are draped. When Mary starts to put on his parka and picks up his purse, Saeed Hussein drops the magazine. Mary looks at him. I'm bored and I'm sick with this tit. I'm going to the home court. Mary pulls his parka tightly around him and clutches his handbag to his chest. Saeed Hussein thinks about it a second, then says, we're broke. There's a little over $4 in my purse. We'll have a couple of beers at least. Mary turns to the door and then pauses back to Saeed Hussein. What? You don't think I can get someone to buy us a martini? When haven't I gotten us drinks when I put my mind to it? It's Sunday night. Who's going to be there on a Sunday night? Whatever. Mary shrugs, walks to the fireplace, and again studies his reflection. Saeed Hussein stands up. Oh, fucking right. Let me change my shoes. It's pouring out there. Mary uses a dampened thumb and forefinger to extinguish one of the candles next to his cousin's Edith's photograph. As he pulls his hand away, it bumps the candle on the other side of the photo. Liquefied wax pooled around the wick gutters off to one side and splatters across the already multicolored mosaic of melted down candles that has built up around the photograph. No one is there. No sailors, no other likely punters to cajole or intimidate into buying a round or two. It's still early, but you can pretty much suss out a place right away as to how busy it's likely to get. 2 beers, Rainier's, is $2.50 plus the tip and the rest of the change to feed the jukebox. They sit with backs to the wall in one of the big circular booths at the rear of the lounge. A few locals and an occasional sailor drifts back and forth from the restaurant and the nude dancers. They glance at and then ignore the Arab and the transvestite in the back. Near the jukebox is a table of 5 women. All of them are waitresses at either the home port or one of the other cocktail lounges along 2nd. All are over 50, with their big hairdos and polyester uniforms and casual wear. They talk loudly and drink steadily. They either are winding down from their shift or getting fortified for their upcoming one. Around and smoke. An hour later, the beers are near their end, very warm and not at all refreshing at this point. A couple of knots of sailors have set themselves up at the bar and the 2 pool tables, but the place remains empty feeling. The music selections in the jukebox shift from Tony Bennett and Frank Sinatra, the waitresses had punched in, to rock and roll and current pop hits. The waitresses are gone now. Even though there are a few sailors, the people who make their living off them start to show up. Mary gets a little feeling like maybe if he plays it right, he can get something out of one of these boys. But with so few of them, the sailors are not as prone to giving him any more than a semi-curious look. No need, with the ratio of prostitutes to sailors, so much in the sailors' favor. Mary uses his compact and then intently searches the tiny crowd, trying to make eye contact with someone. 3 of the sailors are home port regulars and recognize Mary, mostly just with quick looks and jokes among buddies, but one of them ventures a hello. Saeed Hussein finishes the tepid backwash of his beer and goes over to the pool table to see if he can hustle up a game. happens, a group of shipmates Mary knows settles into the large booth next to him. They too are regulars, and Mary makes a point of greeting each by name. Once the liquor flows and Mary snaps off a string of amusing vulgarities and quips, they make a show of inviting him to their table and chatting him up in loud, masculine voices. When the booze has done its work, they buy